Hello everyone, and welcome back to some Dreadnought. Yep, you're seeing that right. We're doing another Corvette first look. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kreshnik. So, gonna run through this real quick because I know you guys don't like hanging around in the hangar all too much. Starting out, very similar to the Machias. Unfortunately, there's not a really cool officer briefing that comes along with this. That's okay. We don't have to have an officer briefing for every ship. I mean, that would get pretty insane pretty quick. But quick rundown. Got your beam turrets as your secondary, blink warp, heavy torpedo, disruptor pulse, auto repair. Let's see, light cloak, thrust amp, drain torpedo, weapon breaker torpedo. That's worth note. Kinetic weapon amplifier. Auto guns, anti-missile pulse, and an afterburner. So the probably most useful use case I see this is a denial boat. So this is a pretty beefy Corvette to say the least, and having stuff like drain torpedo and weapon breaker torpedo and being able to just jump in on top of people, that's a pretty big deal. It's going to make taking out individual ships way easier. See, the Machias, still a good ship, still not quite my kind, and I'm not really expecting this Kreshnik to really be my style either, but it is absolutely worth taking a look at. I know some good folks who do some really good work in their Kreshnik. If you get a chance, you gotta go check it out. Let's go see how it flies. Here we go. Onslaught, Red Sands at night. Something I'm noticing right off the bat, it's not quite as quick as the Machias or the Fulgora. Let's see. Refresh time on that blink warp is quite nice, as always. And we're going to be focusing on, well, at this point, healers and artillery cruisers, because that's about all we're really kitted out to handle.
All vessels, we've got an enemy contact.
I haven't actually fought this. Oh, I have not fired those weapons yet, and wow. It looks like there's going to be a heavy focus on those secondary weapons. Okay, I absolutely cannot pass this up on Onslaught. If you get a good chance like this to just absolutely, come on. We're totally in range. Wear out some fighters and or the other ships, the assault ships. Do it. Huge deal right there points-wise. What is the range on this? I'll blink warp at 4 kilometers. It looks like it's about 2 kilometers range. Gotta arc these. That's nuts. And gotta be well within range. Wear him out. That's a friendly. Let's wear this guy out. Definitely feels like it's got a lot more health. Let's pump that power in. See if we can take this out real quick. I like the heavy Corvettes. It could just be the not so great team. Come on, there we go. Holy mess, that packs a punch. Get out of there before we die. Doing as much good work as I can while I can. Come on. Blink warp me out of here. Boom. Oh, not as far as I had hoped. Get around this corner. There we go. This is definitely not a quick get in, get out. Whoa! That was a solid hit across my rear. Oh! And I'm out. That was a situational awareness problem on me. Yep, absolutely, entirely my fault for not being situationally aware there. Let's continue to do more of the same. I like how much beating this thing can take. Oh, come on. Really? Really? I'm basically on top of these guys, and I can't hit them. Secondary weapons are apparently borked.
Primary weapons, Captain.
That's not cool. There we go. It's like it's got a minimum arming range, but they're beam weapons. Crazy. There we go. What do we got around here? We got an artillery cruiser that I can really wreck. And there's a whole bunch of those other ships. The assault ships. I'm going to try to stay out of this guy's line of sight on my way in. I'm going to drop in on him and drop some pain on him. That looks like our buddy has just taken him out. So, next patient. Basically have to arc these, which is not at all what I'm used to. What? Just the amount of damage these things drop is insane. I mean, if they want to forget that I'm here, I'm perfectly fine with that. They're not totally forgetting that I'm here. Yeah, they got too much support back there. Fortunately, they do have a Corvette just kind of wandering around out here. We got a couple of Corvettes out here. This is, with the turning radius, it's not a Corvette hunter. This is a very Corvette heavy match, though. I do like the range of fire on this. Oh, wrong ones. No wonder I could hit that hit that angle.
We've got an enemy contact. Good night. Dreadnought eliminated.
Pulse countermeasures, aye, Captain. Pulse generate amplifying weapons, aye. Punch it. Multiple impacts.
Oop, there we go.
Teams on station.
In and out, in and out. Come on.
Change order repair, aye, Captain.
I kicked that on a good little bit ago.
Order repair shutting down.
Whew, that was close.
Got an enemy.
Yeah, getting in and getting out, still a big deal. Oh no. I will not survive a nuke. Just ain't happening. Will, however, spend a little bit of time right over here. Yeah, getting some health.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain.
Ready to launch.
Got some right reasonable range on these secondaries.
Contact at this location.
Multiple impacts detected.
Get out of here. Don't actually know where that sent me, but I have a good feeling. Yeah, we'll be okay.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain.
So that weapon breaker would be super handy right now. I wish I had it. It would make all of the difference. If I could pop up on somebody, drop that weapon breaker, and be done.
We took out their command ship.
I'm getting crazy points for this. It's just, I get in, drop a ton of damage, and then I'm gone. Just freaking gone. And I haven't dropped any officer briefings on this guy yet, but he seems to be doing a right nice job.
Pulse generator recharging.
And this guy doesn't even know where this is coming from,
Amplifying weapons.
because I disrupted him.
We've been hit hard. Damage.
Oh, and I was not watching my health good enough, and I got wrecked. Hey, it happens. But it looks like I've got a reasonably good team, and their team has not put enough into... No, they've got a fairly good spread. I think nobody really knows how to deal with the properly beefy Corvette. Forget that I can do this? Yeah, you don't know what's going on now, do you? Pop that. There we go. I got some auto heals going on. Come on, throw some... How am I having trouble with the friggin' Fulgora? Oh, man. So, I mentioned it before. I had to try it, but I'll reiterate. Definitely not a Corvette killer. Kreshnik's a good ship, but it's not a Corvette killer. Oh, and wrecked right off the bat. Really? There we go. Hey, I think I got the last couple of points that led us to victory, which is flipping awesome. Yeah. Don't actually know, but I will. I'll tell you this: we're gonna look at that score sheet and see how I did in my very first ever out in this ship playthrough. That's more score than I usually make in my Jutland. Now that's a commentary on both my Jutland skills and how easy the Kreshnik is to fly. Yeah, let's go back to the hangar and talk about a few last things, some thoughts on the ship, and then we're gonna call it an episode. Okay, we're back in the hangar looking at the Kreshnik. It may not be the prettiest ship out there, but it can it can hit pretty hard, and that was one of my best matches in a while. Those of you who've been watching me for a little bit know that I am very much not the best player. I'm usually middle of the pack. This ship, it did really, really well, and it was easy to fly. Now, once again, gotta say, having the weapon breaker torpedo and or drain or, well, weapon breaker or drain torpedo gonna go a very long way. I like the disruptor pulse. I like the blink warp. I may swap it for the thrust amp because I like the thrust amp. That said, if I want to go more combat heavy, like head to head with folks, I'm definitely going to put on the kinetic weapon amplifier, at the very least to see what it does. And as far as officer briefings go, Retaliator, that's not a bad idea at all. See, module amper, we're not really doing any module damage, so not going to worry about that one. Slow and steady, you don't want to be slow in a Corvette, so we're going to leave that one alone. I don't have all the officer briefings, but I got something and everything. Reinforced, increased max XP, slower module cooldowns. I have a feeling that there's some synergy going on between Reinforced and Retaliator. So as long as you're proactive with popping on your shields, you could be seriously dealing some damage. I envision going into maybe not a murder ball, but going into a ball of ships and really wreaking some havoc on there by having Retaliator on and being able to take a bit more hits. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the ship, and I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and let me know if your thoughts are a little bit more complex than a thumbs up, thumbs down, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff kind of like this. I will be doing some stuff like second looks at ships. I've been kind of holding off on that because, well, the old progression method, it kind of incentivized rushing through a ship, and now you got to spend some time in it. So second look videos are coming up in the future. Subscribe if you want to see them, and I will see you in the next one.